Hello all. करें शुरुआत. So we are heading on to the last session for NTSE Stage-2 aspirants, and for all those who are targeting NTSE Stage-2 in June, this will be a helpful session. And for all those who are in junior classes and want to prepare for NTSE either for Stage 1 or 2, again this will be a helpful session. So in short, if you are preparing for NTSE, then you are watching the right video and you are there at the right place. So let's start with that, right? चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं फटाफट. आज हमें कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस जो एनटीएससी में आ रखे हैं या आते हैं उन वैरायटीज को फटाफट क्विकली रिवाइज करना है. सो आई होप एवरीवन इज रेडी विद द सेम, राइट? चलिए शुरुआत करें. ओके, हाय हेलो टू ऑल, प्रणाम, सत श्री अकाल, नमस्ते, कैसी है जनता? सो वी आर हेडिंग ऑन टू द सेशन विच इज a very important session for all those who are aspiring to crack NTSE, right? So अगर आप junior हैं तो भी, अगर आप stage 1 cleared बच्चे हैं and you are targeting NTSE stage 2 of 14th February, or if you are targeting NTSE stage 2 of June, or if you are targeting NTSE of next year, in all such cases it will be helpful to you, right? So you are at the right place. Okay, good afternoon, good afternoon. Chali, so we can now start with the solving of the questions, because we need to cover some of the questions, some of the varieties which are really very important, and if there is a shortcut to that variety, then I shall be sharing the same with all of you, right? So chaliye, let's move on to the solving part quickly. Okay, I am starting with the basic funda in concern to, that is cost price and selling price, which is an important part of NTSE exam. They may ask you a question in mathematics, they may ask you a question in mental ability. So let's explore how to go about it. What is the case? The case is when two quantities are sold at same selling price, one at B% profit and other at B% loss, then it is always a case of net loss. Now conceptually अगर आप इस स्टेटमेंट को पढ़ें तो ऐसा लगता है गलत है, because it is saying that you are purchasing or you are selling two quantities on the same selling price. एक में अगर 10% प्रॉफिट हुआ, दूसरे में 10% लॉस हुआ, तो नेट क्या होगा? सोच के ऐसा लगता है एट पार रहेगा, नहीं रहेगा. If the cost price are same and you are having same profit and same loss percentage, then it will be a case of at par. But when you are talking about that same selling price and same profit percentage and same loss percentage, then it is not a case of at par, it is a case of loss. आपको लॉस होगा और उसी का परसेंटेज आपसे पूछा जाता है, that what is the loss percentage, और यही क्वेश्चन पेपर में आता है that okay, if a person is incurring 10% profit and 10% loss by selling two horses at ₹900 each or something like that, what is the net profit or loss percentage? Now this is the question which is generally asked in the examination, right? चलिए अगला NTSE stage 1 कब होगा बच्चे? अगला NTSE stage 1, if you are moving to 10th class, then obviously it will be happening in the month of November, right? And if you are in 9th class and you are just about to appear for the final exam of 9th class, then believe me, it is a very good time to start with the NTSE preparation, right? चलिए फिलहाल के लिए let's have a look at this. Now I was telling you that when two quantities are sold at the same selling price, right, and or at the same price, and you are incurring same percentage of profit and same percent of loss, then it is a case of loss. तो इसको देखते हैं जरा फटाफट. देखिए चलिए, so when two quantities are sold at same selling price, one at B% and another at B% loss, then what is the loss percentage? Question ये आता है आपके पास पेपर में, what is the loss percentage? आपको कितना लॉस हुआ? तो हम इसको जरा थोड़ा सा समझते हैं with an example. Now here just to give you an example, ताकि आपको ये पहले यकीन हो कि ऐसा सच में लॉस ही होता है. Here is an example in terms of numbers. Now let's suppose there are two quantities with cost prices 90 and 110. एक को सेल करके आपको प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, एक को सेल करके आपको लॉस हो रहा है, एंड प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस परसेंटेज दोनों 10 बता रखा है, राइट? तो यू कैन चेक, अगर आपका कॉस्ट प्राइस 90% है और प्रॉफिट 10% है, तो सेलिंग प्राइस आपके पास कितना आ जाएगा? 99. सिमिलरली अगर आपका कॉस्ट प्राइस 110 है और लॉस 10% है, 10% ऑफ 110 इज 11 रुपीज, तो आप 11 रुपीज माइनस कीजिए, तो सेलिंग प्राइस कितना आ जाएगा? दैट इज अगेन 99. सो In short, you are selling two things at 99 rupees. This is your cost price. Now you just need to check. I've shown you a case. Now you need to check. Hua kya bhai? What is the total cost price? What is the total cost price? Well, total cost price in this case is 200. 110 plus 90. What is the total selling price? That is 99 into 2. 198. ध्यान से देखिए क्या हो रहा है? Loss. And what is that? 2 rupees. If I ask for loss percentage, that will be 2 upon total cost price into 100. So that will be 1%. So this example will give you 1% loss. But we are looking for a shortcut formula. Means if in a question this information is available and he is simply asking for what is profit or loss percentage, so in just 10 seconds without doing all this, you can directly land on the answer without doing anything, right? चलिए बहुत सारी जनता हेलो कह रही है, हेलो 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 all of you, good afternoon, welcome welcome. अभी पहला क्वेश्चन ही चल रहा है, no issues. Have a look. So what is the formula? Have a look at the formula. Now if you are selling two quantities on same selling price and they have B% profit and B% loss, it's a case of loss, and that loss percentage is directly B square by 100. That loss percentage is directly B square by 100. That means selling price कितना है ये मैटर नहीं करता, कॉस्ट प्राइस कितना है ये भी मैटर नहीं करता, बट सेलिंग प्राइस दोनों आइटम्स के सेम होने चाहिए. तो ये डायरेक्टली फॉर्मूला लगा सकते हैं which says that is B square by 100. मीन्स जो आपका पिछला क्वेश्चन था ये वाला, if in this question you see what is the common gain or loss, what is the common gain or loss, इसमें value of B क्या है? B is 10. So if B is 10, the net loss percentage is B square by 100, that is 1%. Exactly same. अभी हमने इतने बड़े मेथड से यही कैलकुलेट किया था. And the best part is, even when you are not aware what the cost price is, you just know that the selling price are same, you can still calculate the loss percentage. So this is important from data sufficiency point of view too, because in data sufficiency question they may ask you that if this is the case, are you in position to calculate loss percentage when this much information is available? Yes, we can calculate loss percentage with this much of information. That is, we just need to know that two quantities have been sold on the same selling price. Secondly, those two quantities should fetch us same profit and loss percentage. So the net case will be a case of loss, and that net loss percentage is directly B square by 100. So that was the first funda. Okay, fine. I hope that is clear to all, right? Chaliye. So this is a hypothetical case, just to showcase you an example, right? And मैंने figures खुद आसान इसलिए चुने हैं ताकि आपको ये समझ आ पाए कि calculation कैसा चल रहा है. So this is the first concept for the day, the revision of the first concept. I hope that is clear to all. तो जितनों को ये समझ आ गया यार, थोड़े से smiley, थोड़े से thumbs up बना दीजिए, so that I know that it is clear to you and I could move ahead on to the second concept, right? चलिए, I am moving on to the second concept now. Okay, heading on to the second concept for the day. Okay, so this is the formula which I was discussing. Now let's apply the same formula on a question. Let's apply the same formula onto a question जो पेपर में आ रखा है. So I'm going to apply the same formula onto a question which has been asked in examinations. So let's have a look. A man sells two articles of same selling price, one at 25% profit and other at 25% loss. What is the overall profit or loss percentage? We know, and in this case it will be a loss percentage, and loss percentage is directly 25 square by 100, which means it is 6.25%, which means it is directly 6.25%. Means हमें अगर परसेंटेज लॉस या प्रॉफिट पता है दोनों ट्रांजैक्शंस का और सेलिंग प्राइस दोनों में सेम है, बिल्कुल सही है मोहम्मद साजिद आपका आंसर, राइट? सो आई होप दैट इज क्लियर टू ऑल. वेल मेंटी कब होगा? वेल मेंटी आपका मंडे या ट्यूसडे होगा, वंस यू पीपल आर फ्री फ्रॉम योर एनटीएसई स्टेज 2, फॉर ऑल दोज हु आर ट्राइंग फॉर एनटीएसई स्टेज 2, राइट अशोक कुमार? चलिए, आई होप दैट इज क्लियर टू ऑल. आई एम मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नाउ, और द नेक्स्ट कंसेप्ट. Fine. So the answer is 6.25% loss. Okay. Moving on to the second very important concept. Very, very important concept, जो generally आपके पास मैथमेटिक्स का पार्ट बनता है, राइट? एक्सप्रेशंस, एक्सपोनेंट्स के चैप्टर में ये पढ़ाया जाता है, बट जब ये पेपर में आता है या इसके साथ रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन आते हैं तो बहुत सारे बच्चे डिफरेंट गलत अप्रोचेस से इसको हैंडल करते हैं. सो the question is, if 2 raised to power x equals to 7 raised to power y equals to 14 raised to power z, then what is the relation between x, y and z? So it is obvious, पेपर में आपको ऑप्शंस मिलती हैं. ऑप्शंस लाइक 1 by x minus 1 by y equals to 1 by z, 1 by x plus 1 by y equals to 1 by z, 1 by x plus 1 by y equals to 2 by z, or it may be x by z equals to 1. Well, they can give you options like that, but we need to know the shortcut for this particular variety, because many questions are connected to this expression. So if you know the logic of handling this expression, then you would be in position to solve approximately all varieties connected to this expression, right? Chaliye. Okay Senthil, for sure I will be discussing about OMR filling also, और मैं इनफैक्ट इस क्वेश्चन के बाद भी आपको OMR filling के बारे में बताता हूं, बट पहले आप इसको देख लीजिए एक बार. Now the statement says, if this is the case, what is the relation between x, y and z? So let's proceed. Now as these three are equal, I am supposing they are equal to k. They are equal to k. So 2 raised to power x is equal to k. That means 2 is equal to k raised to power 1 by x. Similarly, 7 raised to power y is equal to k. So 7 equals to k raised to power 1 by y. Similarly, 14 raised to power z is equal to k. So 14 equals to k raised to power 1 by z. And we know that 2 into 7 is 14. So now I am substituting the values. Instead of 2, I am writing k raised to power 1 by x. Instead of 7, I am writing k raised to power 1 by y. Instead of 14, I am writing k raised to power 1 by z. As they are getting multiplied, so power would be getting added up. So comparing the powers, 1 by x plus 1 by y equals to 1 by z. 1 by x plus 1 by y equals to 1 by z. बताइए, I hope that is clear to all. This expression is really very important. सबको समझ में आया होगा, because it was not that difficult. हाँ जी, is this clear to all? That is 1 by x plus 1 by y equals to 1 by z. तो अब इसको journalize कर देते हैं. Let's journalize this, because you would be utilizing this expression in many of the questions. तो let's journalize this, right? इसको journalize करते हैं थोड़ा सा. Our expression is 1 by x plus 1 by y equals to 1 by z. I am saying let's journalize this. Okay, so if instead of this I write a raised to power x equals to b raised to power y equals to ab raised to power z, so the expression remains the same. That is 1 by x plus 1 by y equals to 1 by z. The only condition for this expression is that if this is a, this is b, this should be the product of a and b. So please remember this, इसको याद रखिए, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस में डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली यूज होता है, और डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चन भी इसके ऊपर आपको आ सकता है इन एनी ऑफ द फॉर्मेट. ही मे चेंज 2 to 20, 7 to 70 and 14 to 140, anything like that, right? चलिए, so okay, save score format. Look, if you are targeting NTSE stage 2, your target should be to go for 90 plus. And in the previous session, day before yesterday, I had covered full session on how to score more than 90. In that also, मैंने आपको बोला था, जब आपके हाथ में NTSE का पेपर आता है, उसमें 30 क्वेश्चंस के आसपास बहुत आसान होते हैं, जो आपको सबसे पहले करने चाहिए. So when you are attempting any paper, your first 30 minutes should be on those 30 easy questions, so that you are in momentum. Once you are in momentum, then move on to the next 40 questions or 50 questions, which are slightly tougher as compared to the first 30. So in this manner, you would be ending up with 70 questions solving, and maybe the time consumption will be 1 hour 15 minutes or 1 hour 20 minutes, right? And then you can focus rest 30 questions. And if in between you are unable to solve any particular question, need not to get stuck up onto that. All questions carry equal marks. So there is no point in wasting 4 or 5 minutes on one question because it is your favorite topic. So never get emotionally attached to any topic, right? It may happen that you are unable to solve any question, leave it, उसको छोड़ दीजिए, आगे बढ़ जाइए, because you have got 100 questions to explore. And before starting the paper, do browse the paper. कई बार होता है कि कोई क्वेश्चन सीधा किया हुआ मिल गया and you can directly mark it. Moreover, always mark ovals side by side. If you have got an OMR, please fill that OMR side by side. Once you are solving a question, fill the oval. Solving a question, fill the oval. So that at the end, when last 3 minutes are left, you could gauge and check what all ovals are pending, and then you can go for your guesswork. That, okay, boss, there is no time. I was unable to solve these 10 questions or 8 questions or 15 questions. So I'm marking all B or all C or all D, right? That probability will fetch you maybe 2 or 3 questions if you would be marking same option to all pending questions, right? So फिलहाल के लिए let's move on to the next one. I have discussed 2 very important concepts. I'm not saying कि परसों के पेपर में ये पक्का आएंगे, but whosoever is targeting NTSE, the concepts, the 2 concepts which I have discussed at the start of the session and this one, they are really very important. So this is the generalization important, that is, if a raised to power x equals to b raised to power y equals to ab raised to power z, then 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 1 by z. 1 by x plus 1 by y equals to 1 by z is the result. ये अभी मैंने आपको derive करके बताया है, right? Now I am moving on to the next one. I am moving on to the next one, right? Okay. चलिए, let's move on to the third variety, which is from old NTSE Stage 2 paper. NTSE Stage 2 2017 का क्वेश्चन है जो हम सॉल्व करने जा रहे हैं. ये मैं आपको पहले भी बता चुका हूं, but it is not given in most of the books. That's why I'm covering that again. So, what are the maximum number of regions that can be created by 4 intersecting lines? 4 intersecting lines मैक्सिमम कितने रीजन बना सकती है, ये हमें बताना है. 2017 के NTSE Stage 2 में आया था. So I'm revising this because the shortcut is not given in most of the books. So please have a look. Now, what is the question? The question says maximum कितने region बनेंगे? For example, you are drawing one line. How many regions are there? 2. You are drawing 2 lines. How many regions are there? Maximum. How many regions are there? 4. But he says 4 intersecting lines. Now I know drawing 4 intersecting lines is not a difficult task, but सोच के देखिए अगर पेपर में यही क्वेश्चन में 6 intersecting lines लिखा हो और आप उसको ट्राई करते रहे तो it will be means good wastage of time. So to avoid that, it's better to apply the formula, right? चलिए इसको करते हैं. Options भी है हमारे पास because NTSE Stage 2 में आ रखा है questions. So 9, 10, 11 and none. Let's explore this. This is an example wherein you can see I have drawn one line and the plane is getting divided into 2 parts. One line divides the region into maximum 2 parts. Now you can see I have drawn 2 lines. 2 lines divide the region into maximum 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? But the question is, what about 4 lines? 4 lines कैसे बनेंगी? Of course, 4 lines से कितने region बनेंगे? बिल्कुल सही है, बिल्कुल सही आंसर बता रहे हैं. अनंत ने बताया, सेंथिनिल ने बताया, और बिल्कुल सही आंसर बताया. That is 11 is the right answer. Have a look. Now this is the diagram and the answer is 11. You can count that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? So 11 is the right answer. But पेपर में अगर ये डायग्राम ना बना तो, या पेपर में अगर आप हिट एंड ट्रायल करते रहे और चौथे पंजवें अटेम्प्ट में आपसे ये बना, means if in the first attempt you calculate that the answer is 10 and 10 is there in one of the options, it is bound that you would be ticking that option and you would be moving away. That's why to save time it's better कि हम फॉर्मूला जाने और फॉर्मूला लगाएं. So let's have a look at the formula. The formula is n square plus n plus 2 whole divided by 2, where n is the total number of intersecting lines. Where n is total number of intersecting lines. n in our NTSE question was 4. n हमारे question में 4 था. So if I substitute n as 4, so it will be 16 plus 4 plus 2 divided by 2. So what is that? 22 by 2, that is 11. So you would be landing on to the same answer, but in just 10 seconds. So please remember this formula. I am not saying the same question would be coming, but a related question may come and you need to know the formula. I repeat once again, the formula is n square plus n plus 2 whole divided by 2, where n is the number of lines. I hope it is clear to all. राइट? चलिए मूविंग अहेड, जिनको समझ आया थोड़े से थम्स अप, थोड़े से स्माइलीज एंड फ्यू ऑफ द लाइक्स टू दिस सेशन आल्सो, अगर आपको क्वेश्चन समझ आ रहे हैं तो, राइट? ओके, डेरिवेशन, लुक मैं बहुत बार बताता हूं, ये जितने हमारे पास काउंटिंग क्वेश्चंस हैं दे आर कनेक्टेड टू वन चैप्टर दैट इज काउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स, जो बच्चे +1 में पढ़ते हैं और जिन्होंने काउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स पढ़ा हुआ है, बिलीव मी उनके लिए बहुत आसान है डिराइव करना भी, बट दिस इज नॉट द पॉइंट वेयर वी नीड टू डिराइव बिकॉज NTSE is just 2 days away. That is the first thing. And in subjective exam, derivations are required. Like if you are writing something, some Olympiad, then you need to know the derivation. But if you are going for an exam in which MCQs are there, then no one is bothered whether you know the derivation or not. The thing is, whether you are in position to solve that question in 1 minute or not, that matters. So my request to all is, at this point of time, if you are revising anything, derivations are not important. The results are more important, their application is even more important, right? So kindly focus that. Chaliye, let's move ahead. So save time, better remember the formula, right? So time बचाइए थोड़ा सा और फॉर्मूला याद रखिए. चलिए मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन. एक ओके वर्क एंड टाइम का क्वेश्चन है और कंसेप्ट आपसे डिस्कस करना है. A can complete a task in 8 days and B can complete the same task in 10 days. If they work alternatively means first day A, then B, then A, then B. If they work alternatively with A starting the work, then who will end the work and in how many days? तो work कौन खत्म करेगा और ultimately कितने दिन में work finish होगा? That is the question, right? So let's explore this question quickly. Now, A can complete a work in 8 days. A पूरा work 8 days में करता है, B पूरा वर्क 10 days में करता है. So A's 1 day work will be 1/8 and B's 1 day work will be 1/10. I hope everyone knows this कि जो आपका टोटल टाइम होता है जब आप उसका रेसिप्रोकल करते हैं तो एक दिन का वर्क आ जाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू फिनिश योर टास्क इन 2 days, सो एक दिन में कितना करेंगे? हाफ. So half कैसे आया? 2 का reciprocal करके. If you finish your task in 3 days, your 1 day work will be 1/3. If he finishes his task in 10 days, his 1 day work is 1/10. Now, what he says is they are working alternatively. The first day who is working, the day number 1, A is working. So that is 1/8. Day number 2, B is working. So that is 1/10. You add these two and check how much work has been done. Total work is always 1. टोटल वर्क हमेशा 1 होता है. सो द एलसीएम इज 8 and 10 है तो 40 आ गया. देन वी हैव गॉट 8, 5, 4. चेक कर लीजिए 8 and 10, इज दैट राइट? सो दिस इज 8 and 10, एलसीएम इज 40. 8, 5, 10, 4, 9/40, राइट? सो इन 2 days दे आर कंप्लीटिंग 9/40. प्लीज चेक इट. इज दिस फाइन? यहां तक सबको समझ आ रहा है? अरे भाई थोड़ा सा रिस्पॉन्स कीजिए ताकि मुझे क्लियर होता रहे और मैं आगे बढ़ता रहूं. This much is clear to all. What I have done over here is I have calculated A's 1 day work, I have calculated B's 1 day work. So 2 दिन का कितना वर्क होगा? 2 दिन मतलब A ने वर्क किया, B ने वर्क किया. The total is 1/8 plus 1/10, that is 40. 8, 5 and 4, 9/40 is over. This is the work done in 2 days. Now we need to repeat this. We need to repeat this cycle. ये 2 दिन का साइकिल है. हमें इसको 1 बनाना है. 9/40 को 1 बनाना है. That is we need to reach 1. So what I will do is 40 के पास 9 4s are 36. I will go for 4 cycles. So how much work is done? 36/40. 4 cycles. 4 cycles means 8 days. 8 days are gone. Work अभी भी पूरा नहीं हुआ. So what is the pending work? 1 minus 36/40. So that is 4/40. That is 1/10. Now whose turn is this? A, B. 8 days gone. Whose turn is this? A's turn. A की टर्न है. वर्क कितना बचा है? 1/10. और A एक दिन में कितना वर्क करता है? 1/8. तो पहले मुझे यह बताइए, क्या A इस वर्क को फिनिश कर सकता है अगले एक दिन में? A का एक दिन का वर्क कितना है? 1/8. बचा कितना है? 1/10. What is more? 1/8 is more कि 1/10 is more? बताइए फटाफट. 1/8 is more और 1/10 is more? ए का एक दिन का वर्क 1/8 है और पेंडिंग इज 1/10. सो क्या ए लास्ट डे में वर्क को कंप्लीट कर पाएगा? बिल्कुल कर पाएगा. विच इज मोर? 1/8 इज मोर, ऑफ कोर्स. सो दैट मींस ये तो क्लियर हो गया. Who will be ending the work? Who will be ending the work? A will be ending the work. He will be in position to finish the work. But we need to calculate the exact time. कितनी देर में? 8 days हो चुके हैं. Pending work आपके सामने है. What is that pending work? 1/10. So what we will say? For one work, A requires 8 days. So for 1/10 of the work, A requires 8/10 days. So what is the total time? So what is the total time? It is 8 days plus 8/10 days. अब आप चाहें तो इसको थोड़ा सा सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. 10 8 80, it will be 88/10, that is 8.8 days. 8.8 days means 8 days पूरे और 0.8 days और लगेंगे. आप चाहे तो उसको आवर्स में चेंज कर सकते हैं, डे को 24 में बना के. राइट, आई होप दैट इज क्लियर. चलिए, बिल्कुल सही है. Okay, fine. चलिए. So that's right, Manoj. I hope it is clear to all. I hope this is clear to all. फटाफट बताइए, क्लियर है सभी को? यार थोड़े से थम्स अप स्माइली बना दीजिए ताकि आगे बढ़े फटाफट. फंडा सबको क्लियर हो गया. Whenever you have to calculate, because this thing matters कि A का एक दिन का वर्क कितना और बचा कितना. Because it may happen that the next turn is A's turn and he is not in position to finish that work. So in that case, B will be finishing that work and then you would be proceeding like this only. Right? चलिए, फिलहाल के लिए let's move ahead. Let's move on to the next concept. Okay. Now next concept is in concern to races. Races के ये क्वेश्चन बहुत बार पेपर में आ रखे हैं. So I am just revising this concept. The concept says in a kilometer race, kilometer means 1000 meters, A beats B by 200 meter and B beats C by 200 meter. In the same race, by how many meters does A beat C? A C को कितने डिस्टेंस से हराएगा ये हमें बताना है. A C को कितने डिस्टेंस से हराएगा, this is what he is asking, right? तो फटाफट बताइए. अगर ऑप्शंस आपके सामने हैं, अगर आपको आंसर पता है पहले से तो बताइए. 400 is not the right answer. 400 is not the right answer. 360 is the right answer. Lokeshwaran, absolutely right. चलिए फटाफट इसको फिनिश करते हैं. ध्यान से देखिए इस चीज को. Let's suppose this is the race and here is A. If A is on 1000, B is on 800. Right? Because he says A beats B by 200 meters. Similarly, he says B beats C by 200 meters. But the question is, if A, B, C, all three are running, then A will beat C by how many meters? Now, एक बड़ा simple सा concept है. Conceptually, answer can never be 400. Answer can never be 400. Answer हमेशा 400 से कम होगा. क्यों? जब रेस शुरू होता है, मान लीजिए ये A और B हैं. जब रेस शुरू होता है तो इनमें कोई गैप नहीं होता. बट जैसे जैसे रेस आगे बढ़ता है, गैप बढ़ता जाता है और मैक्सिमम गैप कब होता है? जब रेस एंड होती है. सो मैक्सिमम गैप बिटवीन B एंड C इज 200 मीटर्स. ये तब है जब B ने रेस पूरा किया. बट अगर B यहां पे है जब रेस चल रहा है तो ये डिस्टेंस 200 नहीं होगा, उससे कम होगा. क्योंकि B और C का गैप मैक्सिमम 200 कब होगा? जब रेस खत्म हुआ. तो ये अगर 200 से कम है तो टोटल डिस्टेंस 400 से कम होना चाहिए. दैट मींस ना तो ये आंसर है ना ये आंसर है. आंसर कैन बी 360 और 340. एंड इन द लॉन्ग बैक इन वन ऑफ द सेशन मैंने जब एनटीएससी क्वेश्चन कवर किया था उसमें सिर्फ इतने लॉजिक से आप आंसर सॉल्व कर पा रहे थे. बट वी नीड टू कंप्लीट दिस क्वेश्चन. So the step number 1 is conceptual clarity. Conceptual clarity means the distance between B and C is not constant. It keeps on increasing. And maximum distance is there when the game or the race ends. Also, you need to remember that whatever be the cases, the percentage gap will remain same. Now, this is very important, the method of percentages. B is at 100, C is at 800. That means B beats C by 20%. B beats C by 20%. So if B is at 800, what is 20% of 800? That is 160. So A will beat C by how much of distance? 200 plus 160, that is 360. Simple. हमेशा याद रखिए जो परसेंटेज उनमें चल रहा है वो हमेशा सेम रहेगा irrespective of the race. So even if he changes that kilometer to 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 4 kilometer, this percentage funda will work. I repeat once again. In the race, when B was at 1000, C was at 800. So how much percentage is there? 20% का gap है. So B beats C by 20%. So you pick at any moment, B will be 20% ahead of C. So if B is at 800, तो 20% of 800 is 160. That means C उससे 160 पीछे है. Now if C उससे 160 पीछे है, तो A ने C को कितने डिस्टेंस से बीट किया? That is 360. That is 200 plus 160, that is 360. 200 plus 160, that is 360. I hope that is clear to all, right? चलिए, सबको समझ आ गया होगा? Please show me some thumbs up and smiley so that I know that you know the answer now, you know the method now, right? Quickly, फटाफट बता दीजिए. Quickly, so that I could move on to the next question. चलिए, fine now, fine. Moving ahead, let's move on to the next question. Okay, moving on to a question or a variety which has been asked many times in NTSE examination and which is again from one of the chapters of +1 mathematics, that is counting principles. So especially if you are a bio student, so you need to know the formula. If you are not a bio student, you are a medical, non-medical student, फिर तो भाई lottery है, कोई problem ही नहीं, you would be knowing the answer. So what is the question? If all persons shake hand with each other, then how many people are there in total if 105 handshakes took place? भाई आपको बताना है टोटल कितने लोग हैं, टोटल कितने लोग हैं ये आपको बताना है अगर 105 हैंडशेक्स हुए हैं. आपको ये बताना है कि टोटल कितने लोग हैं अगर 105 हैंडशेक हुए हैं. अब हैंडशेक किस में होता है? हर दो में हैंडशेक होता है. सो लेट्स कंसीडर दिस. यस, वेरी गुड. समवन इज पोस्टिंग आल्सो, बट पहले समझते हैं. सो लेट्स कंसीडर एन एग्जांपल ऑफ 20 पर्सन्स. एग्जांपल, लेट्स सपोज 20 पर्सन्स आर देयर. First person will shake hand with 19. Second person will shake hand with 18. Why 18? भाई पहला वाला बंदा दूसरे बंदे से हाथ मिला चुका है. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है कि आप पार्टी में गए, आपने कहा हेलो, थोड़ी देर के बाद आपका फ्रेंड वापस आ गया कि भाई वो हैंडशेक तूने किया था, अब मेरी बारी, हेलो. ऐसा तो नहीं होता. Once you have done handshake, that is over. So if A or the first person has gone for handshaking with 19, now the second person will be shaking hand with the rest of the lot, that is 18, right? Similarly, so on. So if there are 20 people, हम उनके हैंडशेक्स कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे? हम सभी के हैंडशेक्स को ऐड कर देंगे 1 + 2 + 3 up till 19. That is 19 into 20. Sum of natural numbers का फॉर्मूला लगाइए. 19 into 20 by 2, that is 190. This is an example. This is just an example. But we need to know the direct formula also. If there are n people, then the formula is n into n minus 1 by 2. The formula is n into n minus 1 by 2. देखिए जरा, direct formula for handshakes, that is n into n minus 1 by 2. n into n minus 1 by 2 is the formula. I hope that is clear to all. Check करें जरा एक बार. Let's suppose there are two persons. So how many handshake will take place? One handshake. Check करें, ये बनता है formula. n को रखा 2. So how many handshake? 1, right? So that is clear. Similarly, if there are 20 people, so that will be 20 into 19 by 2, that is 190, जो हमारा पिछला example था. But what was our question? Our question was total handshakes are 105. So that means he tells us that n into n minus 1 by 2 is equal to 105. So that means n into n minus 1 is equal to 210. That means n comes out to be 15. n comes out to be 15. So how many people are there? 15 people are there. और बिल्कुल सही आंसर बताया आपने, बहुत सारे बच्चों ने आंसर सही पोस्ट किया. That's absolutely right. 15 people are there. Absolutely right. चलिए, आई होप ये कंसेप्ट भी सबको क्लियर हो गया. This is clear to all? फटाफट बताइए. It was a basic concept. It was a basic concept. We are revising all old concepts, right? So I hope that is clear to all. चलिए आज हम 5 से 6 concepts रिवाइज कर चुके हैं. सभी concepts NTSE Stage 1 and 2 में बहुत बार आ चुके हैं. That's why I am repeating those ताकि आपको clarity रहे, ताकि आपको clarity रहे. So n into n minus 1 is 105 and the total people are 15. चलिए moving on to the next one, the selling price question. The selling price question. हम आज का सेशन जब शुरू हुआ था तो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन भी सेलिंग प्राइस का था, एंड नाउ वी आर हेडिंग टुवर्ड्स द एंड. इवन देन द क्वेश्चन is of the same variety, that is selling price of 5 article is same as the cost price of 4 article. What is the gain or the loss percentage? फटाफट पोस्ट कीजिए, ये काफियों को आता होगा. Quickly post the answer. Quickly post the answer. Quickly post the answer. Third option, 25% loss. Okay. Any other? D, that is 33.33% gain. Okay. Any other answer? 2, that is 20% loss. Okay. D, B आ रहा है, C आ रहा है, D आ रहा है. A के फेवर में कोई नहीं है. ओके फाइन. चलिए देखिए. सो selling price of 5 articles, selling price of 5 articles is same as that of the cost price of 4 articles. Whenever such an equation is given, always start from cost price. Always start from cost price. Let cost price be 1 rupee. तो 4 का cost price कितना होगा? 4 rupees. ये 5 का selling price है, तो selling price कितना बन गया? 0.8. So if cost price is 1 and selling price is 0.8, what it is? It is loss. कितना loss? 20 पैसे का loss. Percentage में कितना होगा? 0.2 by 1 into 100. So what is that? It's a case of 20% loss. It's a case of 20% loss. Direct. ये तो बहुत छोटा और आसान क्वेश्चन था, सभी से बन जाना चाहिए. Look, things are really very easy. पेपर मुश्किल नहीं आता. How we handle that paper, that matters a lot. That matters a lot. Right? Similarly, जो मैं आपको चीजें बता रहा हूं, इनमें से बहुत सारी चीजें आपको आती हैं. We are just revising the things. Right? So please pay attention now. And I hope we are heading on to the ending of this. Yes, we are heading on to the ending of that. Yes, but उससे पहले, as I was sharing with you that there are many questions जिनको आप journalize कर सकते हैं. मैं आपको एक और example बताता हूं. Let's suppose there is a square. Let's suppose there is a square and this side is 10. And you are joining midpoints. Right? So obvious है, ये हो गया 5, ये हो गया 5, ये हो गया 5 root 2. And similarly, अगर आप इनको ज्वाइन करेंगे midpoints को, you would be getting a square. You would be getting a square. Right? Similarly, अगर आप इस चीज को ऑब्जर्व करें तो यहां से एक रिजल्ट जर्नलाइज हो जाता है जिसपे बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन बनते हैं. मेंसुरेशन के, एरिया के, पेरीमीटर के बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन इससे बनते हैं. देखिए क्या, whenever you are having a diagram in which you are drawing a square in a square, square in a square, तारीख पे तारीख types, right? Square in a square, square in a square. Then please observe what is happening. The side 1 is 10. The side 2 is 5 root 2. 5 root 2. That means what is the lacuna? What is the logic? The logic is simple. The side gets divided by under root 2. The side gets divided by under root 2. 10 को root 2 से divide कीजिए. So that means it will be 5 root 2. Direct. Similarly, if I have to look for the third one, if I say this is the third one, what will be the side? So 5 root 2 will be getting divided by root 2. That will be 5. So if I say the fourth one, that is this one, if I have to find out the side of this, it will be 5 by root 2 and so on. So whenever you are drawing a diagram by joining the midpoints again and again, each side gets divided by root 2. Now if you know this, you can easily calculate the area ratio also, and he may ask you this shaded area. He may ask you only this much area. He may ask you anything related to this, but this is one of the easiest concept which you can apply and which you can logically derive also. But if you will go for marking all these sides and calculating by Pythagoras theorem, it will be waste of time. So my suggestion to all is, there are many things which you can generalize, but for all those who are appearing after 2 days for NTSE Stage 2, need not to pay load on to your head. जो पढ़ लिया बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ लिया, पॉजिटिव होके पेपर को दीजिए ताकि आप एक्सेल कर पाए. टाइम मैनेजमेंट मैटर करता है. स्पेशली ऑन सैटरडे नाइट you need to sleep by 10:30 so that you get up on time on that particular day, that is Sunday. If the test city is different from your current city where you are residing, then please make sure you travel to that city tomorrow only. पेपर वाले दिन, NTSE Stage 2 वाले दिन ट्रेवलिंग नहीं करना. मींस अगर आप किसी और सिटी में है और आपका टेस्ट सेंटर कहीं और है, तो एक दिन पहले वहां पहुंच जाइए और आराम से वहां रिलैक्स कीजिए. If you are thinking that what you should revise at this moment of time or at this point of time, just revise NCERT books. Just revise NCERT books. उसके अलावा नया मटेरियल हाथ मत लगाइए, कोई हेल्प नहीं होगा, उल्टा आप टेंशन में आ जाएंगे. It is very important that for every competitive exam you need to stay positive. Person who is positive, who is motivated, performs much better than a person who is nervous but well prepared, right? नर्वसनेस आपके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन खराब कर देती है. सो चिल कीजिए, आराम से जाइए, बहुत सारे बच्चों को देखिए, सेंटर पे जाइए और खुश हो जाइए. अरे वाह, इतने दिन के बाद इतने सारे बच्चे देखने को मिले. व्हाट अ थिंग इट इज, एंड इट इज योर फर्स्ट टेस्ट आफ्टर कोरोना, राइट? मे बी, राइट? इफ यू आर इन +1, राइट, और आपकी +1 सारी चली कोरोना के अंडर है and you are about to appear for NTSE Stage 2, I hope that is your first try, maybe after KVPY. अगर आपने KVPY भी दिया है तो again the second try, right? But from my side, all the best. As far as SAT is concerned, I would like to tell you something about SAT also. Now, these are two, in NTSE, these are two separate papers. You have got 2 hours for mental ability, 2 hours for SAT. Now, in SAT, there are few things which are very easy to mark. One out of those is biology. Easy to mark means solving नहीं करना. Either you know the answer or you are not aware about the answer. So biology, 16 questions can be done in 5 to 7 minutes. That helps in saving of time. Similarly, in most of the questions of SST, social studies, you can directly tick if you know the answer, right? So you can save lot of time over there. Solving कहाँ पे मिलेगा? Solving मिलेगा physics में, solving मिलेगा chemistry में जहाँ पे mole concept के question आएंगे, solving मिलेगा mathematics में. So 20 questions of mathematics, believe me, will require at least 35 minutes. आपको 20 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने में 35 मिनट लगेंगे, पर मैथ्स के 20 क्वेश्चंस के लिए भी स्ट्रेटजी वही रहेगी जो मैथ के लिए है. फर्स्टली पिक दोस क्वेश्चंस व्हिच आर रियली वेरी इजी, राइट? एंड मेनी अ टाइम्स आई हैव सीन दोस हु आर फ्रॉम मेडिकल स्ट्रीम इन NTSE Stage 2 दे स्टार्ट विद बायोलॉजी, बहुत अच्छा है. एंड दोस हु आर फ्रॉम नॉन मेडिकल स्ट्रीम दे जनरली गो फॉर मैथमेटिक्स एंड फिजिक्स इन दी फर्स्ट गो. मींस उनका अटेम्प्ट ये रहता है. देयर इज नो जनरलाइजेशन टू दैट, आप जैसा मर्जी चलाएं, बट टाइम मैनेजमेंट का ध्यान रखिए. मैथ्स के 20 क्वेश्चंस को कवर करने के लिए 30 से 35 मिनट्स आपके पास होने चाहिए. दिस इज द मिनिमम व्हिच यू वुड बी रिक्वायरिंग फॉर NTSE Stage 2 paper, right? So please manage your time accordingly. That is really very important. So here I move on to the end part. I guess we are done with the questions and the practice. चेक कर लेते हैं फिर भी एक बार. Yes, for all those आपके जो जूनियर्स हैं या आप, अगर आप वेदांतु ओलंपियाड स्कूल के साथ अपना ओलंपियाड का प्रिपरेशन करना चाहते हैं, फॉर ऑल दोज हु आर अपियरिंग फॉर NTSE Stage 2, इट माइट नॉट बी पॉसिबल बिकॉज वोल्ट उसी दिन है, बट फॉर ऑल दोज हु आर इन 8th 9th 10th क्लास, वोल्ट इज हैपनिंग एट 3:30. वोल्ट इज, व्हाट इज वोल्ट? वैसे ये तो बहुत सारे बच्चों को पता है, बट स्टिल दिस इज वेदांतु ओलंपियाड लिटमस टेस्ट, राइट? इट इज वेदांतु ओलंपियाड लिटमस टेस्ट. तो वोल्ट जो है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पेपर है अगर आपको वेदांतु ओलंपियाड स्कूल के साथ अपने ओलंपियाड कोर्सेज या ओलंपियाड की तैयारी करनी है. एंड दिस इज हैपनिंग on Sunday at 3:30. So for registration you need to visit olympiad.vedantu.com. olympiad.vedantu.com पे जाइए, खुद को रजिस्टर कीजिए और फिर आप पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं। और इफ बाई चांस यू आर एनटीएससी स्टेज 2 एस्पायरेंट, नो इश्यूज, देन आपके लिए एक विंडो वोल्ट का और रहेगा, तब आप वोल्ट अपीयर कर पाएंगे। वोल्ट इज देयर फॉर 7th मूविंग 8th, 8th मूविंग 9th एंड 9th मूविंग 10th एंड 10th मूविंग 11th, राइट? इन सब बच्चों के लिए वोल्ट है, राइट? Well, Deepti, if you are in 9th class, then believe me, pick any book. It could be Tata McGraw-Hill, it could be R.S. Agarwal, it could be MTG Publications, it could be any book, Arihant Publications, कोई भी publication आप उठाइए, but अगर आप उस book को पूरा complete करते हैं, finish करते हैं, then only it pays. So pick any book, but do complete that book for all reasoning chapters, for all mental ability chapters. ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने 2 चैप्टर इस बुक से कर लिए, now I'm looking for a different book to solve same questions or similar questions from that book. It won't pay, right? चलिए, वोल्ट डेली होता है? नहीं, वोल्ट डेली नहीं होता। वोल्ट जो है, अभी विंडो बंद था, विंडो दोबारा से ओपन हो रहा है, राइट? एंड वोल्ट इज हैपनिंग ऑन 14th of February at 3:30 for the first time for next year, right? चलिए, okay guys and girls, bye for now, take care, and for those जिन्होंने लेट ज्वाइन किया, my request is first 2 concepts are really very important for today's session. Do revise them. उनको दोबारा से एक बार देख लीजिए, right? And all the best to all of you who are targeting NTSE Stage 2. Bye and take care and keep on learning at Vedantu. All the best for NTSE, right? चलिए, अब मुझे thumbs up तो नहीं बनाना आता, right? But मैं एक चलिए, bye for now and take care. And if you have any doubts, you can always send an email to volt20.vedantu@gmail.com. volt20.vedantu@gmail.com is the website, or sorry, is the mail address. Bye, take care.